A TikToker slapped a 78-year-old veteran for clout outside Big Al's Veterans Diner, not knowing 40 bikers were watching from inside. Simon Thompson had 5 million followers who lived for his disrespect challenges. Today's target shuffled across the parking lot with a cane, an old man in a Korean War veteran cap, moving slow, breathing hard. Perfect content. "Yo, Jake, you rolling?" Simon called to his cameraman, running fingers through his bleached hair. His red Porsche sat blocking the accessible parking space exactly where he'd parked it, for the shot. Evan Martin approached carefully, his prosthetic leg aching in the morning cold. "Excuse me, son, that's a handicapped spot. I have a permit." "What are you gonna do about it, Grandpa?" Simon's grin was venomous. "You gonna fight me?" Jake zoomed in. Riley, the second cameraman, circled for a better angle. "Please, I just need to." "Bet you weren't even in a real war." Simon stepped closer, phone raised. "Probably pushed papers while real men fought." Inside the diner, 40 members of the Iron Brotherhood Motorcycle Club sat frozen at their monthly veterans' breakfast. Axe, the club president, slowly stood from his seat. "Brothers," he said quietly, "we have a situation." Outside, Simon was setting up his shot. "This is gonna break the internet, boys." The slap echoed across the parking lot like a gunshot. Evan's head snapped sideways. He stumbled backward, cane clattering away, and hit the pavement hard. His cap rolled into a puddle. Blood trickled from his split lip. "Why-oh-oh-oh," Simon howled at the camera. "Did you see that? That's content, baby. That's gold." Jake zoomed in on Evan's scraped hands, on the old man struggling to rise. "Should have stayed home, Grandpa." Simon knelt beside him, filming Evan's pain up close. "Need help? Or you just gonna lie there like you probably did in your fake war?" Riley laughed. "Dude, that's gonna get 10 million views easy." That's when the diner door exploded open. 40 bikers emerged in perfect military formation. Their boots hit the pavement in synchronized thunder, a sound that made Simon's crew stop laughing immediately. Leather vests read Iron Brotherhood MC with patches from every American war since Vietnam. They didn't run. They marched. "Yo, chill out," Simon's voice cracked. "It's just a prank for TikTok." The bikers formed a wall of leather and muscle around him. No gaps, no escape. Axe stepped forward, 64, Marine Corps tattoos crawling up his neck, gray beard, eyes like frozen steel. "You just made the biggest mistake of your life, boy." Simon tried to push through. "Get out of my way, old men." Hammer 300 pounds of solid biker didn't budge. "We ain't going nowhere, and neither are you." Two bikers, tiny and bare, gently lifted Evan to his feet. They retrieved his cane, his cap. When they steadied him, his jacket fell open. Axe saw it first, the Medal of Honor. America's highest military decoration, pinned inside Evan's jacket where he kept it private, away from attention. Axe snapped to attention, saluted. Attention. All 40 bikers stood at attention, in perfect unison. 40 hands rose in salute. Simon looked confused. "What's that, some costume jewelry?" "That's the Medal of Honor, you ignorant punk." Axe's voice could have cracked granite. "Battle of Pork Chop Hill, 1953. This man saved 12 soldiers, lost his leg doing it." The parking lot went silent except for Simon's ragged breathing. Bear grabbed Simon's phone, scrolled through his TikTok profile. His face darkened. "Axe, you need to see this." Video after video of cruelty, mocking a homeless veteran with PTSD. 3 million views. Vandalizing a war memorial. 8 million views. Stealing flags from military graves on Memorial Day. 1 million views. "This wasn't a mistake," Axe growled. "This is who you are." A police cruiser pulled up, lights flashing. Officer Marcus Martin stepped out, military bearing, Iraq War veteran tattoo visible on his forearm. He saw Evan's bloody face and froze. "Dad." The word hung in the air like a bomb. "That's my father." Marcus's professional composure shattered. "That's my father you assaulted." Simon went pale. "Officer, these bikers are threatening. I see 40 witnesses to your crime and video evidence you filmed yourself." Marcus pulled out handcuffs. "Assault on an elderly person, hate crime enhancement." Simon bolted. Made it 3 steps before Hammer clotheslined him to the pavement. "My phone!" Simon screamed. "That's a $10,000 camera." Axe crushed it under his boot. "Now it's garbage like your career." The 40 bikers formed a tighter circle. No one was leaving. "You wanted to go viral?" Axe's voice was thunder. "You just assaulted a Medal of Honor recipient on camera. You're about to be famous for destroying your own life." They forced Simon to unlock his backup phone. Made him delete every cruel video while live streaming to his own followers. His subscriber count dropped in real time, 4.5 million, 4.1 million, 3.7 million. Comments flooded in, "You're disgusting. Hope you rot in jail." Hitting a war hero. Please." Simon was crying now. "This is my career, my life." "Your career was built on cruelty," Razor said. "Watch it die." Notifications exploded. Brand deals canceled. Sponsors pulling out. Bank alert Porsche being repossessed. Riley and Jake backed away. "Dude, we barely know him." Then Evan stepped forward, blood on his lip. Hands scraped, but standing tall. "My brothers died so you could have the freedom to disrespect us." His voice was steady despite the pain. But freedom without responsibility is just selfishness. The parking lot went silent. "I lost my best friend in Korea. His name was Simon Park." Simon's head snapped up. "We were pinned down together. Grenade landed between us. Simon Park threw himself on it." Evan's voice broke. "He was 23, your age. He used his body to shield mine." Tears rolled down Evan's weathered face. "You share his name, but not his character. He gave everything, you take everything." Simon collapsed to his knees, not from fear, from understanding. For the first time in his life, he understood the weight of what he'd done. Marcus arrested him formally. "Simon Thompson, you're under arrest for assault on an elderly person and hate crime." Within 30 minutes, the video trended worldwide. Justice for Evan. Simon's father, a retired Army colonel, called. His voice was ice. "You're no son of mine. If you believe bikers are the real protectors and veterans deserve our respect, hit that subscribe button right now and show your support. And hey, drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from and what time it is. Are you watching this at 3 a.m. unable to sleep, or during your lunch break when you should be working? Shout out your city and time zone. Let's see how far the Brotherhood's message reaches. Seattle at midnight? New York at dawn? Tokyo during morning coffee? Let us know. The Iron Brotherhood rides worldwide, and so does respect for our veterans. Don't just watch, join the ride. Subscribe now, motorcycle. But as the police car doors opened, Evans spoke. "Officer Martin, may I speak with the young man?" He approached the cruiser window. "You have a choice. Full prosecution, 2 to 3 years in prison, or 30 days learning what veterans actually sacrifice. I'll mentor you personally." "Why?" Simon's voice was broken. "Why would you help me?" "Because my friend Simon Park believed in second chances. I owe it to him to give you his." Simon accepted through tears. 30 days later, Simon returned to Big Al's diner. No designer clothes, just jeans, work boots, and calloused hands from 3 jobs. He'd cleaned memorials, visited VA hospitals, listened to stories until he understood. He handed Evan an envelope. $50,000 for veterans for the Simon Park Foundation. Evan's eyes misted. Now you're beginning to understand what honor means. Axe presented Simon with an honorary Iron Brotherhood patch. Not for who you were, for who you're becoming. On Veterans Day, Simon rode in a sidecar beside Evan during the parade. His sign read, "I was wrong, they were heroes, I'm sorry." Crowds cheered for Evan, some booed Simon. He accepted both with humility. Evan's hand rested on his shoulder as 40 bikers rode in formation around them, protecting the man they'd once threatened, because he'd chosen to become worthy of protection. Simon looked at Evan. "Thank you for not giving up on me." "Simon Park never gave up on me," Evan said softly. "I couldn't give up on you. The Brotherhood doesn't forget. They don't forgive easily."